Hey everyone. So in the last section, we just spoke about stewarding your money, managing your money, and that concept doesn't specifically fall only on the resource that is money, but this is a finance section, so I want to make sure that I'm speaking to the topic at hand. That being said, this section, budgeting, I want to give you one of the tools that you can use so that you can be a better manager and steward of your finances. Essentially, all a budget is an estimation of your income in relation to your expenses over a period of time. So basically, you take all the money that you have coming in and you subtract from it all the money that you have going out, and there's your budget. Um, People typically do a budget on a month to month basis, quarterly basis, or over a year. As long as it's attached to some type of time span, that is the best way for you to get a more accurate picture of your financial situation. And that's what a budget does. People do budgets so that they can keep track of their expenses so that they are prepared for any seen and or unseen expenses or life events that may come into place. Now, budgets are not exclusive to the individual. They are also available or encouraged to be used by businesses as well and corporations. And once again, it's just so that you can keep track of your inflows and outflows, which large or small, a lot of money or a little bit of money is a valuable and just important skill to have and thing that you should be implementing in your daily life and monthly, yearly, whatever within that time period. It should be something that affects your daily life. And the reason for that really is when we talk about management, when we talk about getting your life back on track, you really, even in your finances, you want to be able to tell your money where it goes as opposed to being told by your money where it's going. It's just about being in control, but also being on top of the things that matter and impact you on a regular basis. Because we all can relate to that time or a moment in our life when you look at your bank account, you look at your checking account, and you see a purchase for a 25, 30, 40 bucks, whatever, for a certain amount of money. And you're like, where is this? Where did this come from? What was this for? Budgeting kind of eliminates that. And the good news is when you eliminate that, you don't have that bleeding, that disappearing act that your money can sometimes do. You can then effectively make changes and say, all right, maybe shouldn't have spent that, or okay, spending this is gonna, cause me to make changes here, XYZ, 1, 2, 3. A budget, basically an effective budget, not only should allow you to keep track of your money, but also encourage you or show you areas where you can make changes in your spending. And so there are several types of budgets out there, and a lot of different techniques. I know I'm not going to name any names. I'm thinking of different people, but just for the purpose of keeping this pretty concise, there's several budgets out there. If you go online and look, you'll find several. But my philosophy for how I manage my money is to, in fact, keep it simple, silly. For that reason, in the following lesson, I share with you my personal budget. So this is a budget sheet that I created for myself about a year, 2 years ago, and I have it in a PDF form so you can print it out, as well as in an Excel file so that you can work with it on your computer and keep it regularly, and you can use it, like I said, month to month, quarterly, or yearly. And the idea of that budget is just to keep it as simple as possible, manage all of your expenses, so on and so forth. A lot of times people are turned off by budgeting because of how tedious it can be. No one wants to sit there and log each expense, so on and so forth. And I found myself in the same boat. But one of the things as it relates to any type of financial conversation or money conversation is the more attainable, or not even so much attainable, but the more relatable, easy to apply, doesn't take a lot of effort to do it, the more likely a person is to do it. So budgeting being important enough to do generally should at the very least come in a format or in a way where the person who's doing it isn't stressed out about it. So like I said, I'll explain in the next section within more details about how I do it, but a high level overview. You have your fixed expenses, your variable expenses, your incomes, and I show you and teach you ways how to keep track of all those things so that at the end of each month or year, or however you want to use it, you'll have a clear and concise picture of your spending habits. And in that way, you'll know, and like it helped me to know, like, hey, maybe I should start making coffee at home instead of spending $8 on a cup. I have a particular order, you know. But I'm just saying, when you budget, you can see that, and when you can see that, you can make changes where, all right, instead of spending nearly $40 a week, I can save 35 if I just go get some store brand freaking coffee beans myself and make it at home. So, but that's just a small example. But those small changes in your finances can make a big difference. And again, the goal here is that you dictate to your money. You want to be in charge of your finances. You don't want your finances to be in charge of you. And so that's really the point that I wanted to make here. Is just keep track of your funds, and that it's important to do so. And so just like any other aspect of your life, your money is part of your life. And when we're talking about alignment, getting back on track, staying on track, like I said earlier, sometimes the alignment that needs to take place is in your wallet. So this is a practical and actual way for you to encourage that change, right? So it's always right to do the right thing, no matter what it is, and especially in the case of your money. So thanks for joining me. See you in the next one.